It's a true honor and a privilege to serve as the 7th president of Oakland University. From my very first days on campus, I have felt a special kinship with this amazing place. Our history, our values, our people, and our purpose. You and I, we are resilient. We've persevered against great odds or risen above tragedies. We cherish lifelong learning. We thrive on hard work. We have grit. We have guts. Our visionary founder, Matilda Dodge Wilson, liked to say, "To attempt great things is to expect great things." And I would add, with passion and persistence, we accomplish great things for today's students and tomorrow's leaders. Matilda did it all on a grand scale, without fanfare or complaint. She ran her family farm and her business, and she was this great state's first woman lieutenant governor. She pioneered our university with a generous spirit. To put it simply, she got things done. Consider this. To accommodate our earliest seminar students in 1958, a year before the arrival of full-time students, Matilda and her team established the roots of this great institution by converting a chicken coop into a classroom. It was made of tile, concrete, and a few stray chicken feathers. From those roots, those humble beginnings, grew Oakland University. Today, our superb faculty teach nearly 20,000 students across a campus that is growing in scale and reputation while contributing nearly $800 million annually to the economy and 112,000 impressive alumni to date. A university at its best gives us strong roots to grow and powerful wings to fly. And that is today's theme. We're celebrating Oakland's unique history, our roots, as we build on that legacy by helping students develop their wings to learn, to lead, and ultimately to soar. Helping students achieve their full potential is our highest priority and our greatest pride. This isn't always easy. Our paths aren't always clear, and this reminds me of a favorite fable, one that also happens to start in a chicken coop. The story is this: when an eagle was very small, he fell out of his nest. A kindly farmer picked him up and brought him to his farm's chicken coop. The eagle grew up there. He was strutting around, pecking at the ground, and acting very much like a chicken. One day, a naturalist came to the farm to see this eagle, who thought that he was a chicken. The man believed that the bird had a heart that was of an eagle, and nothing could change that. So the man lifted the eagle onto a fence and said, "Eagle, stretch out your wings and fly." The eagle moved slightly, but then jumped down and rejoined the chickens. The same thing happened again the next day, but the naturalist was determined. He returned once more, and this time he took the eagle some distance away to the foot of a high mountain. The man held the eagle on his arm and pointed high in the sky. He said, "Eagle, you belong to the sky. You were born for greatness. Stretch out your wings and fly." This time, the majestic eagle stared skyward into the bright sun and stretched his massive wings. His wings moved slowly at first, and then faster and more powerfully, and with the mighty screech of an eagle, he flew towards the sun. Well, I love that fable because it's a wonderful illustration of what educators do every day. And from my vantage point, I see all of you who are helping Oakland students find their greatness within as they gain confidence, stretch their wings, and fly. You, our extended community of champions, leaders, benefactors, parents, and partners, help us aim high and advance Oakland's vision to unlock the potential of individuals and leave a lasting impact on the world through the transformative power of education and research. And with your help, we're also transforming to keep pace with the fast-changing needs of our students in our economy, ensuring that education is highly relevant, affordable, and accessible to all who want to learn. And I'll come back to this in a moment with a spirited defense of our value and our contributions at a time when higher education is under attack. How we respond to this threat will make all the difference for future generations. So, thank you to our past presidents on whose shoulders I stand, respected trustees, faculty, and staff who push us to be our very best, distinguished leaders of fellow institutions who raise the bar for all of us, prominent mayors, state and federal legislators who support our goals, generous benefactors, alumni, and community leaders who invest in our potential, devoted family and friends who have provided strong, loving roots, and talented students who will help change the world. They include eloquent Lena. Lena, you're going to make a very fine physician one day. Special thanks also to U.S. Senator Gary Peters, Oakland County Executive Brooks Patterson, OU Board Chair Rick DeVore, OUAA Board President Beth Benson, AAUP President and Faculty Representative Tom DeSena, and AP Assembly President and Staff Representative Stephanie Willis. Thank you all for your great remarks and wonderful contributions. My own roots are in evidence today. I loved that wonderful tribute from President Michael McRobbie. He's an extraordinary friend, colleague, mentor, and great leader. IU's accomplished First Lady, Lori McRobbie, is also here. Lori, you're a wonderful friend and a great colleague. I really love you. Dear friends who have traveled from near and far to be part of my inaugural celebration, thank you so much for being here. And to my family, you're my pride and joy, my children, Aliza, Remzi, Ari, Allison, Naomi, and Adam, my darling grandchildren, you're so well behaved here today, and my partner, Dan, and daughter, Rachel, thank you so much. I'm thrilled that my wonderful siblings, Emmett, Arica, Charles, Rick, Paul, and Veronica are all here today. And to my parents, Rabbi Richard and Bella Hirsch, who I know are watching from their home, I'd like to say to them, thank you for building our home around love, learning, and service to others. With us in spirit is my late husband, Mark. He was a true Renaissance man who would have loved our bright, curious students and our beautiful campus, complete with its nature preserve and the 49 tolling bells that we heard today. I know he would agree that this is the perfect place to make a lasting impact on the world. I have no doubt that education has the power to transform. I learned that lesson myself when I was only 6 years old. On August 28, 1963, my father, Rabbi Richard Hirsch, took me to the March on Washington. My father was close friends with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he played a leadership role in the civil rights movement. Dr. King made history that day with an extraordinary speech that called for an end to racism standing on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial before hundreds of thousands of civil rights supporters, Dr. King talked about his dream for America. He said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." I couldn't see Dr. King over the crowd that day, and I couldn't fully grasp what he was saying, but I understood the sentiment that powerful words and powerful actions can change history. 2 years later, despite warnings of danger, my father and Dr. King marched together in Selma. On April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, 50 years ago this month, Dr. King's life was tragically cut short. We grieved together as a family, and then my father delivered one of the eulogies, and I'll never forget his words. He said, "When God created man, he used every color of dust. Why? So that no one would ever be able to say, 'The color of my skin is better than the color of your skin.'" It was a powerful and lasting memory for all who heard it. My mother was less in the public eye than my father, but no less remarkable. A child of war-ravaged communist Russia, she arrived in this country in 1954, not knowing a word of English. She quickly learned, and we spoke both English and Hebrew in our home. She was a strict disciplinarian, and she liked to say, "We run a tight ship here. We call it dictatorship." Books were our favorite toys. If we misbehaved, the penalty was an evening without reading. Dinner time was noisy, a time for debating ideas as we welcomed political and religious leaders from many backgrounds and cultures into our home. These experiences were my roots. Our home focused on faith, education, music, and the arts, and service to others. Perhaps then it's no surprise that, like me, 2 of my brothers are doctors and a 3rd is a rabbi. We believe in the Jewish principle of tikkun olam, a Hebrew phrase that means to repair the world. This calls on us to do everything that we can to improve the lives of others, repair the world. And so that is why I have come here. That's a big part of why I left a corporate job to return to academia. Here, we shape the lives of students. Here, as our mission says, we cultivate the full potential of a diverse and inclusive community. Here, we make discoveries that change the course of history. We dive into facts and we debate mile-high ideas. We make learning a lifetime habit. And we actively engage in our communities, learning from them and making them better as we do so. Where else but at a university can we do all that? You see, at Oakland University, I've returned to my own roots, and I've also found my wings. It's a freeing, exhilarating feeling to be in the right place at the right time to do the most good for generations to come. You might ask, how will OU make a lasting impact on the world from our beautiful location here in Southeast Michigan? Well, my answer is don't underestimate us. We already do in thousands of bold and innovative ways. We do it through our talented students, some of whom you saw today, and their academic success, reflected in rising retention and graduation rates. But it's much more than good grades. Some are working to make football helmets safer, or documenting the plight of refugees who escaped violence. And our medical students are collaborating with 60 community partners, including clinics in Detroit and Pontiac, to prevent disease and promote good health. We also do it through our brilliant faculty and researchers and their contributions to scholarship and better teaching environments. But it's more than that. Our professors are working to improve the health and literacy of our communities, hosting STEM summer camps, and even deploying a drone to combat hunger and boost crop production in Africa. We do it through important partnerships, such as our OU Pontiac initiative, where we have 6 different pillars working collaboratively to help our community and the mayor and other leaders to help revitalize the entire community. And we do it through our diverse, welcoming environment that encourages a rich tapestry of people, backgrounds, and ideas. And I'm so proud that we've been recognized as the nation's 2nd safest campus, as well as Michigan's most LGBTQ-friendly campus. It is, thank you. It's essential that our students know that we warmly welcome free speech and that every single voice matters. We also do it by innovating for the future. We're among the nation's top 5 schools for placing engineering graduates in the fast-growing industry of self-driving cars. And this, of course, makes perfect sense given our connection to the Dodge Brothers Motor Car Company. We're also unique in Michigan for directing not 1, but 2 business incubators that assisted roughly 80 startup companies in the past 6 years. And this translates to new jobs and millions of dollars in economic impact for our region. But just stay tuned because we're just getting started. You know, Thomas Jefferson believed that educated citizens are a vital requisite for our survival as a free people. I wonder what he would think, though, of some of today's media headlines. Here are just a few. Education is a racket, or higher education is bad for America, or college is a waste of time, or even college is dead. My response, nothing could be further from the truth. But clearly, this is an urgent matter. Higher education is under attack, and critics contend that we are no longer relevant, that a 4-year degree is too expensive and takes too long, and that universities haven't kept pace with the cutting-edge needs of our workplaces. And I do believe that some of these points are fair criticism, and that we must do better for our students, or we will risk falling behind. Here at Oakland, we are leading by example. We have added our persuasive voices to the debate, and we are working in partnership with industry and other universities and with our community colleges across the entire state to ensure that everyone who wants to learn can do so. Far from a monopoly, we are a big tent dedicated to the unique needs of today's students. And to meet those needs, we are evolving quickly. To help relieve students' cost burdens, we're increasing efficiencies as well as student aid. To make classes accessible, we offer flexible schedules, and we are creating easy pathways for transfer students from community colleges. To prevent students from falling behind, we have energetically mentored and tutored students. To help students find jobs, we partner with top employers and community leaders to provide real-world internships. We can and we will do more. But to suggest that higher education is a wasted effort or obsolete is just plain rubbish. Back when I was a child at the March on Washington, Dr. King broke through the confusion and the noise, and he spoke the truth. Here is our universal truth. Education is not a weakness, it's a strength. It will never be a disadvantage to be educated. It's not a racket. It's the pathway to a rewarding, productive life. It's not a waste. It's the best possible use of our time. All indicators of a good life, our happiness, our health, our jobs, our family, our contributions to society are improved by an active mind and a quality education. Spending time with extraordinary faculty is a strength. Learning to lead a campus social group is a strength. Discovering a love for a poem, a play, a symphony is a strength. Being the first in your family to graduate from college, that is a strength. Competing and winning in a sports tournament and feeling a sense of confidence as we spread our wings, that is a strength. This is no time to settle or to be complacent. Our roots are in the chicken coop, but we have the hearts and the heads and the wings of majestic eagles. Like our founders, we will be bold. We'll show that grit and those guts with the transformative power of education and research. We will inspire and we will aspire to rise. We'll improve lives everywhere, from the state houses to the schoolhouses to factories to hospitals to museums to Broadway stages. With powerful minds and passionate hearts, we'll invent and innovate, nurture our families, grow our businesses, be great citizens of the world, and serve others. As Matilda said all those years ago, we'll attempt and expect great things, and there's no doubt in my mind that we will accomplish them. And in doing so, we will also help to repair the world. Thank you so very much.